Condemned Criminal Origins is a detective horror game developed by Monolith Productions and published by Sega. Hitting the Xbox 360 in 2005 and the PC later in 2006, Condemned takes some tips from such films as Seven and Silence of the Lambs, and executes the suspense like none other. You play the game from the first-person perspective, but I wouldn't call it a first-person shooter, since firearms are a rarity in the game, and you are usually using various melee weapons you find throughout the level. The emphasis on combat and puzzle solving, as well as the detective elements, really make Condemned feel like a psychological crime thriller. You take the role of Ethan Thomas, a crime unit investigator that has been framed for a double homicide. You hunt through the condemned sections of Metro City for the real serial killer, so that you can try and clear your name. Your investigation is made that much more difficult, as there is a mysterious phenomenon transforming the local populace of these areas into insane, violent psychotics. As Thomas, you also have a superhuman ability to sustain damage, as well as an acute sense for investigation. The former ability allows you to recover from combat and hard falls throughout the game, and the latter characteristic helps you to find forensic evidence to solve puzzles while searching for Serial Killer X, the name given to the culprit. The detective parts of the game balance it out quite well, and when you come to a crime scene, you need to use your forensic tools to find and record evidence. This in turn helps you to find out what happened at the scene, reveal clues to the mystery of the story, and allows you to progress to the next part of the level. Condemned is one of the few detective games I've played, and the police work has been done quite well. It adds a fullness to the story, giving you that extra motivation to catch the real killer. When things are revealed to you through flashbacks after solving a puzzle, it sends chills up your spine, and sometimes a fright comes from an interrupted investigation, but I won't spoil the surprise for you. The other half of the game is the combat, and for being a first-person brawler, I call it, Condemned is pretty intense. The AI for the enemies have them hiding and sneaking up on you, and this delivers both damage to your character and your ego, as you'll be screaming like a little girl by the end of the game. You can use anything you can find as a weapon, ranging from normal items like the crowbar, axe, or pipe, to the less conventional items such as the traffic sign, drawer, or electric conduit. Being mostly melee focused, there are some brutal executions you can do after you've downed a psychotic, from snapping their neck to smashing their face into the ground. Condemned puts the player in the eyes of Ethan, and this works very well to induce emotions, since you feel like the one being beat up rather than your character, and definitely a great move to make this game in the first-person perspective. Although dark, the environments in Condemned are another part of the scare factor. You traverse through abandoned schools, subways, and shopping malls, with every step creaking underneath you, making you tremble with fear. Enemies could be hiding around every corner, ready to take you down. The graphics were also a spectacle at the time, as the game looked phenomenal for such an early 360 release, which gave Condemned the ability to have some very gory detail. So why is this game on the Halloween horror list? Condemned Criminal Origins took a fresh approach to the horror genre. No longer were you hunting zombies in a mansion, but a detective trying to clear his name. You were the eyes of the character, and this helped get you into the game, and allow it to deliver on every account. The combat was solid, a first for a horror game, and the detective work was a new beginning to the genre, something that I have never seen repeated yet. Notably one of the scariest games I have played, it continues to give me the creeps, as Condemned was able to capture the horror genre, bottle it up, and feed it to you like a baby.